Alright guys and girls, stackers, look at the grass. It does look very lush, but this stuff is pretty high. Actually right back there's a stream that I got dug out. Some of you guys might remember that from one of the videos. I think it was in the spring actually. But that whole area of grass right there is just solid mud right now. It's rained so bad for the last 3 or 4 days. Big storms. Driveway's finally dry. It's still damp and moist. There's that word again. As you can see, it's still muddy, but usually there's a huge puddle right here. But I need to cut the grass. These life chores are catching up to me now. We're going to do some trash picking. Didn't rain last night, so I'm not expecting anything to be to be wet or damaged. But we're going trash picking. We gotta go to that recycling place again. And we're going to that auction. They're having another tool auction. And last time when I was there, I left and watched some of the lots go online, and lots that should go for like $5 or $7 were going for like $25, $30. So I'm not going to stick around for that, but I think we're going to go to a thrift store later, and should be a fun day. Alright, this thing looked really cool. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's not going to work. It's plastic. That looked like a copper, like a printed copper. That's like a TJ Maxx thing. Oh, well. And it was in the recycling thing, so I thought it might be metal. You know, it's not like a legit recycling thing. Alright, what do we got over here on the left? Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. Thought that. What is that? Just fencing. Kind of curious about what this. What is that thing that looks like it's made out of arrows? Looks like arrows, like without the arrow part. It's abstract. Garbage stinks, man. You guys, I don't know why, but some days, man, the trash picking, the trash just reeks. Alrighty, so looking right in front of us, we have the garbage men. They're out in full force. I don't know what he's picking up. Alright. Don't know if this is scrap metal. What is this? No, it's plastic. It's not gonna work. Oh, what's on the other side? Oh, that's just plastic too. Alright, what do we got over here? You ever need any hangers? Is this an old one? No. Skateboard. Propane tank and a Sonoma. It's kind of stained, so I'll grab this. Grab the old skateboard. Alright, so that's going to kind of wrap it up for the early morning trash picks. Didn't really find much. Found a skateboard and a porta potty. Holy, he's zooming. Right out to the auction. I'm hopeful we'll grab something today. It's been about 3 or 4 weeks that I've actually grabbed anything, but you never know. You never know at these auctions or what can happen. I realized also I forgot all my packages. I had about 4 or 5 orders this morning, and I left them at home. But let's see what we find. What do you got here? This might be like IKEA stuff. This looks like coinware. very surprised to see this out here. This is a really expensive set. Probably has scratches on it. Anything pink, especially this stuff. Pyrex really is very, very hot. This is actually a really expensive set. I think it's gooseberry. Could be wrong. Alright, so these are Code 3 police cars. I know Code 3 makes fire trucks, and they're worth some money, so if you ever guys find any Code 3 stuff in a case, the police cars aren't worth that much, but trucks are. Alright, oh, these are plastic. Alright, well, there seems to be a lot of Pyrex here. Got an Amish butter print. I haven't seen one this small in a while. That's kind of crazy in a way. You got some older video games in television. It's got all these games in there as well, so I might bid on this lot. Bunch of sports cards. But they also have more Pyrex back there. So they have the Verde set, they have the other gooseberry, and they have the primary set in the back. So these are all good lots. The best one's definitely the pink one, probably the other gooseberry, then the Verde, then the primary. The primary is the most iconic. So made it here, made it to the recycling center. Do a little walk around. A couple people seem to like it. Even though all we do is really just look at garbage, but that's about 90% of my channel anyway. Just look at garbage in one way or another. A bunch of pizza boxes. We have an old Budweiser box down there. Looks like a doily or a pillowcase over there on the left. Kind of windy out here. They got rid of the tires. This one's empty again. But not much. Just a bunch of garbage. Or recyclables. Enjoying kind of the scenic route home, but instead of going home, we're going to stop by this scrapyard. It's kind of on the way. It's closer to the flea market than it is by me, but it's on the way kind of towards like lunch. And a good friend of mine from the auction tells me that you can buy stuff from this scrapyard where they have like a whole area of stuff that they pick out from the iron pile. If I do buy anything, I'll show you guys what I buy. I did want to check it out. This is kind of going to fulfill my my daily dose of social anxiety. For those who might know, I'm a huge introvert. So doing these weird new things, going down random roads like this one, for example. Here we are at the scrapyard. It's going to be an adventure. So I really have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just going based off of what my knowledge is. But we'll see. ourselves a little watering can. This small galvanized can. I haven't seen a lot of small ones. This is an older one. It's a little beat up, but it's alright. And this little bait bucket. So not too bad. Oh man, I got a lot of stuff. Made it back. It's kind of gonna wrap it up here. There's not a lot in here. So that's kind of drying up in terms of the auction. But I did grab one box. And the reason why I grabbed this box was I didn't actually see it, but there's a football jersey in here. I saw this when they were doing the row. I didn't even get to like look at it or anything. This is, I guess, Lawrence Taylor. I was talking to another guy there, and he said it's Lawrence Taylor. Now, what's weird about this is we have stains on it. Yeah, stain there, stain there. This one's got a stain over here. Oh, we still got the tag. It's brand new with the tag, but it's got defects. And it's also looked like it's been thrown in the wash because the red has bled into the white. But if it has tags on it, it's got a stain on the white. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what it's worth in this condition. I don't know what it's worth. Football season's now approaching, so that's a good find. I paid $5 for the box. There's also a wetsuit here, but I didn't really look at it or anything. I figured $5 for a vintage, brand new, with tags. Football jersey is definitely worth that. I'm not a football guy, so I did ask another guy I asked the guy who told me about going to the Scrapyard and trying to buy stuff there. And he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's all right. You just pull over to the side. You talk to the person. You get a hard hat. I had to get a hard hat because they're shredding metal, which they don't do at my yard. This yard is on the way to the flea market, but it's not by me. It's kind of out of the way, so it is on the way from the auction. So I did want to try it. Got this little bait bucket here. It's in really good shape. I think it's an older piece. It has that vibe. The hardware as well. It's got cobwebs on the inside, which can happen anywhere, but I think this is an older one. I don't know what it's worth. I know at the flea market I can get anywhere between $5 to $15 for it. I got this small galvanized little bucket. This is also an older one. I kind of just got this not because it was good in any way. One thing I realized, so this is all galvanized. Galvanized right now is not hot anymore. It seems to just like have died off over the past 8 or 10 months. But there is certain galvanized things that seem to always sell. And that's unusual galvanized buckets. The square ones sell very, very well. The circle ones are a little bit harder. But if you don't come across one that's like really large or really small, so this is pretty small, then they seem to sell. But most importantly, the one that sells the most is galvanized watering cans. So this one still has the end on it. It's got some marking over here. $2.39 might have been the price of it at like a thrift store or something. But usually these I get 10 or 15 for, depending on the condition, depending on if they're straight on the bottom. I could probably hit that out with a hammer, flatten that out. It sits pretty flat. It's got a little wobble, but it's still in good shape. So overall, I'll probably make another $10 on top of what I spent. So I spent $10 on these 3 pieces. He said 15. I had a bigger bucket in my hand. I said, you know what? If I got rid of this, would you do $10 on these 3 pieces? And he's like, that works for me. So I guess there is a little wiggle room in negotiation. I don't know if he was expecting me to negotiate or what. That's kind of like the weird thing about flea markets and everything. Some people think that you don't negotiate. Some people think you do. I kind of just paid what I wanted to spend in terms of what a realistic number would be at an auction or at a yard sale. Auction maybe not, because this stuff wouldn't sell for $10 at an auction. But at a yard sale, you can sometimes come across these cans for $1 or $2. These are usually $1 or $2 or maybe $3, and that's usually like a quarter. So you're really only looking at like $5 here. But I understand they gotta make money. It's definitely more money than they would have got in scrap. This is probably less than $1 in scrap. But watering cans always sell. Bait buckets sometimes sell, and these things sometimes sell as well. I figured, you know what, someone's going to want to buy it. They have lots of galvanized there. If I did look for galvanized, I'll definitely grab a bunch of buckets, but galvanized just isn't selling as well as it used to. So this is what I got. I think this is a new avenue of sourcing. There was an opportunity there to pick up other items, but I didn't know the pricing, how they kind of went about pricing or whatnot. So great items. Awesome. Very, very excited. Hopefully there's a new way to source some inventory for the flea market, maybe online. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. And until next time, have a great day. Keep living the dream. Peace!